Hey, I'm Tiffany with Tiff Farms, and I'm here with Liza Hare, and we are doing things a little different today. We are going to be getting a tour of her backyard, and she's going to share with us the benefits of gardening that she appreciates.
Welcome to my garden. My name is Liza Hare, and I started my yard or the landscaping about 8 years ago. And I have some upright elephant ears that typically are a lot larger by this time of year, where was today, Saturday, July 25th. And then I have some pineapple plants that come up every year, and then my wonderful elephant ears.
They're
Oh, and this is my
gigantic.
little dog, Nayla. She's 13 years old and she's a toy poodle. I have some hibiscus over here, and that each of these plants come up annually as well. I incorporated some ivy to just be a filler instead of always using mulch or pine straw or bark. Um, and then sprinkle through or some other elephant ears. And then we Miranda over here, and this acts as a little privacy into the little courtyard, which is where I have my fire pit. In the background, since this is a shady area, I have incorporated some hydrangeas and different colors.
I see your
Purple,
ferns.
there's ferns, and there's other hostas that come up.
You have a tropical paradise back here.
And this is the cool shaded area, and I've just put these plants, and each of these comes up annually. There's some caladiums behind the lime colored chair, and to my little surprise, somehow this beautiful large vine thing you see
Mm-hmm.
is a squash plant that I did not plant, but somehow it came here. I don't know if a bird transplanted it. You can see the little
Let me come around. Hold on. This is so lovely. I love you changing of the, I call them outdoor rooms.
yeah, and this is the little butternut squash that's grown. So at first I had sent a picture to Tiffany to ask her to identify what the plant is, and she told me to look up the leaves, which I never did. But anyway, that's what it is. So I just let it grow. I have a crepe myrtle that I started as a little $1.99 tree that I got with a freebie with Bex. Oops. And then some other little caladiums that I just put through here. Back here is the help area where some of my plants that are not doing well or died, I put here. Here's my composter. I put all of my vegetable trimmings in here, and then I turn it at least every other day. I try to turn it, and then I'll have some wonderful, wonderful compost
Excellent.
that I'll use when the elephant ears die. I'll just put it in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
We've got
This is
the
a butterfly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I've got some more elephant ears.
So I see you got that in a container. So you are creative in the sense of you do it plant
Yeah,
in the
some things-
ground and in the container.
Right, and give it a little more height.
Mm-hmm.
And then over here are some spent, and I've got to figure out a way to for my cannas. They somehow get caught.
The bugs get them sometimes,
Yeah.
or they get. Here's
So
a little one
I've got to
surfacing.
give them a little more tender loving care.
Yeah.
Over here is a dormant, what is that? Clematis.
Clematis.
I think it's a Henry's one. It's really white and it's gorgeous. I'll send you some pictures of it when it's, because that's a plant that comes in early spring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have some more morning glory that I've never planted. They just grow wild.
Do I see corn?
There's corn.
Oh my goodness.
I tried corn for the first
Nice.
time. I don't know what I'm doing. It's I'm just watering it and letting it do its own thing. I think that, I don't know if that's
Well,
ready, probably in another
Yeah.
couple of weeks.
Let's shake your tassels and see,
What
because
does
you
that
got the silk here.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to shake your tassels. You have some just so that they help pollinate and they
is that
fall
what it is?
down.
Oh.
Yeah, and they'll fall
See,
down on it.
I'm learning. Tiffany encouraged me to grow some corn, so I got some seeds and put some in it.
And these you can always test them and see how full and firm it is.
I think they're a little bigger, right? Let me see.
Sometimes it all depends on, I don't know what kind of corn you're I have a thing where I see a weed, I gotta pull it.
Oh, I
But
know.
anyway, I didn't pull it all away.
What I'll know for next year is to plant them where I can get access to taking care of them better. But I'll go back and weed this way, you're not throwing them on the ground. We're sisters. Hey.
Hey, listen, really quick. Lisa, you can test them and always see. It's just by pulling back a little if you want. But it does feel pretty full in there.
Okay.
But
maybe next week when I'm ready to eat them, I'll pull a couple. I'll do 2 at a time.
Okay, looks like you got some berries here.
Some blueberries and some raspberries. Obviously, the blueberries they're already
harvested. How were they?
They were small. This is like my second season of getting some berries. So I think maybe next year they'll be that much better.
Right.
Here I have more squash, and after this.
I want one of those.
Butternut squash. I'm going to go ahead and just clean this up and pick it. I would have done it already, but I knew Tiffany was coming. So to show you what the plant looks like when it's pretty much finished. And in addition, I also have some cucumbers.
Yeah, let me get it inside in here.
And
I like how you did the trellis.
I did. It's easier to pick them and to see them as well.
Right.
Because then they tend to, and they also keep better form. And I also put landscape fabric. It just, I don't know, it just
with the weeds.
I don't have to be bothered.
I mean, I know I see you have beautiful raised beds. These were built by you, or you had them professionally installed?
Installed.
Okay, beautiful. And I like how you incorporated excellent pollinators.
Yeah, I also, to me, gardening is ugly because they're working plants and they produce, the produce. So they're not really pretty. So I always think it's nice to incorporate some plants. It just adds color. It draws beautiful bumblebees, beautiful butterflies. I also get the little birds, hummingbirds. Yeah. So
you make them happy.
Yeah. So it's really, here's my eggplant. I have gotten about 15 or 20 eggplants, and this is to be the last round.
Very beautiful.
That I'll go through, and then I'll take those down as well. I had string beans over here. Really, I apologize. We're at the end of my season because I plant everything in April, so everything's kind of finished. But that's some straggler string beans that are still left, and I'll clean those up. And then I happen to plant these peppers last.
But the wonderful thing also is with our zone, which is 7, is you can get another season out of it, and these peppers will still be good. You know what I'm saying? Right. It'll still go into September.
Right.
What do you want me to show you?
Shasta daisies and different forms. Some of them are white. I have the yellow. They flopped. They're kind of done.
Well, we've had some hot weather, and I know a lot of times things.
A lot better. We'll send pictures. I have some lavender, more hibiscus, and then
pretty
zinnias. My cherry tomatoes. I'm done. I'm tired of eating them, and they're finished. So I'll clean this up in the next couple of days and pull everything out.
When you have an abundance of a harvest, do you? What do you do with it? Do you bring it to neighbors?
I tend to do 2 things. I tell my friends to come and harvest it themselves. And then when I have a lot of surplus, I'll just go to the neighbors. I haven't gotten to the point of trying to sell my produce because I'm lazy and I just give it away. Usually I would.
Okay, Liza, I see you watering your zinnias. How have you held up with all of this heat and staying on top of your plants?
Well, typically I water every evening when it does not rain.
You water every evening?
If it does not rain. If it rains, obviously I don't water. But when it does rain, when it doesn't rain, I have my hose.
This is your hydration station?
Yes.
Or for the plants, rather.
Right. So I use this to water my plants. And then also I have another one that's connected. And then for the flower beds, I have drip.
You do drip irrigation?
Yes.
Okay.
You really can't see it because of the plants, but see over there?
Okay, you got a good setup there.
And then it goes across to the other side as well.
Okay. So then that makes it a little easier for you.
Right. I can turn it on and let it run for about 10, 15 minutes. And then the rest of the stuff throughout the yard I do by hand.
I'm trying to keep up with you.
Oh, that's okay.
So, what has gotten you into your passion for gardening? Have you always been a gardener in every place that you stayed, or
No, no.
is this something?
I like flowers more than vegetables. Tiffany encourages me to. She says you can't eat flowers, and I laugh because I can go to stores and buy the stuff. But I do it just really to say doing something that's organic with regards to there's no pesticides to these plants.
Right.
And honestly, there's a world of a difference in the taste. I would never eat an eggplant or eggplant parmesan without peeling the eggplant, but these eggplants, the skin is just delightful. It's not thick, it's not coated with wax, and I enjoy the fresh fruits. Cucumbers, I would never just eat a cucumber without a gallon of salad dressing, but I can eat a cucumber.
And be well hydrated.
Yeah, so really I'm not as I don't have a wide variety. I have the butternut squash, the cucumbers.
But you plant, you're growing what you like to eat.
Yeah, peppers, eggplant, tomatoes, and I do the blueberries, the blackberries, and then I'm trying corn for the first time.
Okay.
So, but mostly it's flowers. I love, love, love flowers.
Right.
Here, we'll go up the steps and look at a couple more
Okay.
items.
Hey, Lisa, thank you so much for a beautiful tour of your backyard. You did a lot of work, and I know you have a lot of perennials and a lot of annuals, and I know the perennials are a blessing because you said they come back every year. Do you have any encouraging words to say to fellow gardeners?
I'd probably say that gardening is not an it's not a cheap hobby, if you will. But the benefits are it's therapeutic. When I come home from work, the first thing I do is come out the back door, and I am in my little Oasis. It's just my happy place. It's
really
soothing,
beautiful.
and I enjoy it. And I enjoy it as it progresses through the season, because at first it's just nice to see some green things coming up with the perennials from the winter, and then to plant the garden and to see it just grow and produce a crop or the flowers. I just love the whole aspect of gardening and just seeing things.
You see the bees?
Yes.
Look, there's a bee right now.
Yeah, and I've got the hummingbirds. But I just enjoy the whole process, and I look forward to it each year.
And I think it's so rewarding. I think gardening, you incorporate all your senses. You're able to see the beautiful colors, your smell, the fragrance from the flowers, even from the vegetables and stuff, and then you get to taste. You hear the birds, just
Yeah.
and you see the bees, the noise that they make, and it's a work of art, really. Just.
And like I said, I started 8 years ago. It was really just a plain backyard with a 8x10 patio slab, which we used to keep the garbage can. And I just had a vision, and the first thing I did
So
was my
peaceful.
cheese shed.
We didn't even check that out, but that's
Yeah,
nice.
I picked that. I liked the color. I wanted a high roof pitch. And then the second thing I did was the planters. I had them professionally installed, and then I put, Bambi the deer was eating all my crops and the rabbits, so I added the fence, and I painted it black so that at night it just disappears and you don't feel like you have boundaries.
Excellent.
And just every plant that you see here, I have planted.
Wow.
We laid the sod down, my husband and I, and we're still married after laying that sod down. But I just did it 1 year. I did one corner or a different project until I got to this point.
Well, thank you so much for showing us your happy place, your garden, and your beautiful backyard. It's very peaceful, and it's so like you have a balance of the shade area as well as the sun. So I think it's beautiful,
Well,
and
thank
I
you,
may be
Tiffany.
coming over unannounced.
Well, I always have company, and I always have good times. So
That's
thank you.
excellent. Well, I appreciate you, and thanks for showing us your wonderful backyard.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.